This is it here. This is just him talking about the Auditor General's report. This, of course, is going to go in and talk about the people that kind of screwed us, that have all been now promoted in Mark Carney's government. But somehow things do actually seem to be trending in the right direction. I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
What's trending in the right direction?
Well, we're meeting our NATO commitment this year all of a sudden.
Well, that's nothing. They just have to transfer some money in the computer.
I know, but no one could do it. No one could just do that. I mean, this guy's almost, when he said elbows up, he must have meant knees down.
I don't get it.
Like he's kneeling for Trump.
Oh, kneeling that way. Yeah. Yeah.
Can you imagine if you'd have told Trump at the beginning of this year that Canada wouldn't take, because I think one was saying 10 years and the other party was saying 5 years. And this guy, the conservatives was 5 years, which was half the liberal time of 10 years. And then Carney's doing it in 6 months. Crazy. I mean, I'm not saying that I agree with all of it, but it's from the conservative voters' viewpoint. It's like he's beating Pierre's platform now.
Yeah, exactly. Is that the 2% or 5%?
The 2% for now.
Yeah.
But I mean, between that, you took all the tariffs off the states. I mean, could you bend over any harder?
Yeah.
That's harder than Pierre was going to bend over.
So now, who's responsible? Well, Public Safety Minister LeBlanc was at the time, the minister who helped get these contracts out. Now he's been promoted in the Liberal government. You've got Patty Hajdu, who was the health minister that kicked off the ArriveCan app. She as well has been promoted. And then you've got...
You heard about what happened with the ArriveCan, right?
Some kind of 7-year suspend. What,
Yeah.
7 years? What?
7-year ban from government contracts.
Oh, wow.
Doesn't sound like anybody's going to jail for all that stolen money, though. And they can't even produce any intellectual property. It's like
I can't even blame them. I mean, honestly, it's the government's fault. They should be the ones, the people that administered it.
They're unable to prove they did any work at all.
Got F-35s. Liberal mismanagement of the process has now driven up costs by 50%, or $9 billion. The infrastructure delays are going to mean we need two.
Did you hear about that one? The F-35s went from, they went up, Trudeau canceled Harper's deal, and then they redid it for like an extra $5 billion a plane.
$5 billion a plane?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think it was
F-35 is that boondoggle from the States, though, right? I mean, apparently that never worked out really good.
They're buying 88 of them. We're buying 88 of them.
Wow. For $5 billion each a plane?
I don't know who's going to fly them. Yeah,
that can't be per plane. 5,000 million per plane?
That's probably not right. That's high.
Yeah.
2 fighter squadrons slated for completion in 2031, more than 3 years late, forcing extra spending on interim facilities. They haven't recruited enough pilots to fill the gap. They've got weak project management, risk management, and coordination plans remain incomplete and slow. And the bottom line is that rising costs, construction delays, staffing gaps, weak oversight threaten the ongoing introduction of the fighter jets. And who is responsible for that? Well, Anita Anand.
So get this, Harper in 2008, I think, because I think it was Chrétien that originally got the ball going. So in 2008, we start talking about buying these planes, and we might get them 13 years later.
No, not 13, dude. No. No, no. 7. No, it's got to be.
Well, they're saying 2031.
Yeah, but from 2008 to it's 17 years ago.
No, yeah, you're right. Sorry.
So 17 plus 6, so 23 years later.
20, a quarter of a decade. Like, it's amazing that we're still even using the same technology.
And was one of the defense ministers who helped bring about this boondoggle. She has been
he called it a boondoggle too.
So in all of these cases, you have promotions for those who caused the problem. Now, finally, you've got federal land for housing. In the middle of the worst housing crisis in the world, the government has failed to live up to its promise to sell off federal land and buildings for housing. They said in 2017, half of their buildings and land were underused or vacant, and yet only 2% of it has been disposed of for homes. They've built only 309 homes, 90% short of the 4,000 they promised. It takes them 8 years to sell a property. 8 years. You've got $3.9 billion we could be bringing in over the next decade if we sold off these buildings and avoided having the operational costs of them. And the fact that they've missed these targets means that there are countless young people who can't afford homes, single mothers who pay higher rent, seniors choosing between eating and heating because the cost of housing is out of control. Again, the housing minister who caused this disaster has now been promoted to Liberal Minister of Justice. So it is the same Liberal ministers, the same Liberal gang, making the same Liberal mistakes that cost Canadians a fortune.
How do you just go from justice to housing? Like, is there just no
I was just going to say that.
expertise in this thing whatsoever? There's no,
Is there a
you're
hierarchy
not
in
bringing
there?
anything to the table. You're not bringing any of your personal experience into this government role. You're nothing. Just nothing. It's not, yeah, I didn't work on housing. Let's try him in justice.
Yeah, that is pretty weird. That seems to be Canadian unique.
It should be a fucking lawyer in the justice thing. You know what I
No, I
mean?
know.
Or so, an old
Judge or
judge
something.
or something like that.
But tell me, is it a hierarchy of these things? Like, is it a promotion if you move from one to the other? Why are they like rated differently
think
depending
it
on the
is.
budget, depending on the people that are under the
The wage,
department?
probably, yeah. I think justice is definitely higher than housing. Seems like one of the top three, you know?
I see.
Justice.